All right, welcome back to the bench. Building a Outlander vehicle from parts on Temu. And how much will it cost? This video is going to contain a bunch of parts that I bought on Temu, RC parts. I talked to my wife and I told her I wanted to spend about $500 on parts on Temu and see what I could get and how much it would have cost if I bought them on Amazon or elsewhere, and build a vehicle completely from Temu. Well, you're looking at some of the parts here, and I'm going to go over the parts in this video and other parts that I bought. I ended up spending $444, and I got $888 worth of RC parts. How? Well, Temu gives you these deals. You know, you get them in your email, and I got this thing in the email where it said I could get 3 things for a penny each. And then I had to spend so much money to get that. Well, it ended up I had to spend $444 total to get those 3 things for a penny. Well, I ended up getting $888 worth of parts for $444, which was enough to satisfy getting me the penny deals. And the best part of that was I got this $179 chassis, completely everything, and it's in the video, for like a penny. I got these tires for a penny. I got a carbon fiber frame for a penny. So I got a lot of good stuff for a penny. Is it good? That's what we're here to find out. So stick with me and let's check it out. So welcome back to the bench. I decided to try something. I went on Temu. They gave me, Temu has like a million different, you spin the wheel and you get this and this and this and this. And you always get the best thing. But anyway, I got 3 things I could get for a penny a piece. So what I did is I took the 3 things I could get through a penny. They're all RC related. And then I added some more stuff onto it to build a vehicle and to use all Temu parts to see what the heck do we get for Temu, because they're actually cheaper than Amazon, and some of them are made by the same company that Amazon sells stuff from. So I thought, what the heck? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up all these things and show you what I got. And to be honest with you, I spent about $500, and I got a lot of stuff. Okay, let's see what we got. Now, because you can put $500 into an RC car pretty fast if you really, want to build one. So this is, I didn't buy the cheapest stuff they had. I bought some of the most expensive stuff they had. And I ended up with enough parts to build a vehicle. Okay, all except for the electronics and the motor. And it's all metal. It's all good stuff. And it says good stuff. Let's put it that way. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is open up the basis of what this thing is going to be built on. The chassis. Okay, now the chassis came kind of wrapped somewhat okay, it looks like. Okay, so the first thing we have is we have a rooftop rack and lights made out of metal. This is not plastic, this is not printed, this is metal. Okay, it doesn't feel like aluminum per se. Okay, now the chassis is, let's see. Now the actual price of this on Temu is $56, which isn't bad. I paid damn near $79 for a body for my Jeep deal. Okay, so here is the plates for the chassis, and they're made out of metal. I mean, heavy duty metal too. Okay, so we've got side plate, another side plate. Man, these are nice. A hood plate and a roof plate. This is pretty good stuff, guys. This is steel. This is not aluminum. This is steel. And all the hardware to put it on, all the little clips, all the little screws, they are metal clips. That's pretty cool. All right. So, yeah. So far, so good. Now, this chassis is also a metal tube chassis. It is not a plastic chassis. It is a metal tube chassis. Okay. All right. It's powder coated. My goodness. Smooth powder coating. Really good looking welds. Most of them are, there's one bad spot right here that looks a little thin on the welds, but all the rest of them look really good, or brazed or whatever they've done. It's got the shock towers, adjust different holes. This is pretty substantial, guys. And again, this is off of Temu, and it is, I do believe, I will put the prices in the actual prices in the description. Okay, so that is our chassis. and all of its plates. These are steel plates too. They're not aluminum. They're steel. This and all the hardware you need to put on. I'm not too keen on this big ass front bumper thing, but I don't know why that's there, but it looks, man, it's nice. Whoa, that's noisy, you know. So I'm gonna honestly say that it's even worth $56 if that's what the regular price is. We'll see how it holds up when we bang it around a little bit, but I mean, everything is straight. Everything is, yeah, this is nice. Okay, so, now in this $500, I also bought a $100 18th scale car. So really the parts that we'll be using for this is not $500. I also got a carbon frame coming, low center of gravity chassis coming. I got a chassis coming that's completely a roller, and so I got that's coming. So I'll show you all the stuff that I get. All of it together was about $500. But the actual parts for this car, probably, when I actually figure in what it is probably going to be around, I don't know, 300 of that. Which is pretty cheap for a metal chassis vehicle. Okay? There is a lot of cross members and stuff on this thing. So yeah, this is nice. Okay, so these are made by Hobby Pack. And I just put a set of Hobby Packs on a 24th scale. They're here. That I'm building. You can see that in my videos, upcoming videos on my small scale Saturday videos. Yeah. So the tires and wheels, beadlocks, metal. Tires have absolutely no name on them. Yeah, they are not real squishy, but they're not real firm. I think they got foams in them, to be honest with you. Yeah, they do. So yeah, they're pretty squishy with, I think, yeah, they got foams inside. And the wheels are made out of metal. And a bag of 1,000 screws, 1.27 thousand screws, that you need to put in your beadlocks. So yeah, they're nice tires actually, and wheels. They are, I do believe, 1.9s, and no, they're 2.2s. 2.2, and they are 4.75 inches. Pretty good treads. Like I said, kind of squishy. Not a whole lot of, but again, they're no named. But they'll do for this project. And this is the color we're going to be going, scheme we're going to go with, kind of a black and green. Yeah. So I think these, a whole set of these, I got these for a penny also. And I do believe that they're probably $30 some. All right. Now I have to tell you too that I bought a bunch of Christmas presents off of Temu also to see how that goes. And so that's part, but that's not part of the $500. I spent an extra couple $100 on Christmas gifts. But the actual parts. Okay, now I have. Oh, we have to put this wheel back. So this is the chassis and the wheels. So far, so good. I have a transmission coming. And I have axles coming, and what else? Like I said, I got a roller coming, completely built, 1/10 scale roller, and I got and I'll show you all that when it comes, or it'll all be in this video. Now this is one of the axles. So this axle is, I think this is the rear axle. It's all metal also, I do believe. Yes, it is. Yep, it's all metal. It's nice. It's smooth, very smooth. It's got a little hitch in it, but I mean, that's probably because it's got no grease. And what the heck, we'll open it up and see what's inside. So, we will probably replace these, or I'll take them off and probably paint them so they'll be green. But it feels like it's powder coated too. Got a ton of screws on the axle. I do believe it says it's either CNC, I don't know what the heck. You know how they say that. CNCs. Everything's CNC. That's the right one, right? No. All right, so let's see what's inside the axle. All right, so this is kind of interesting. There's a little bit of grease in there, but the bearings are held down with screws, just like in a real transmission. And none of them just laying in there. They are, and these are yeah, they're metal. It's a little sloppy left to right, but that'll tighten up when I put some grease in there. I mean, you could open it up and put a washer, a spacer in between the bearing and the gear, I'm sure, but it feels pretty smooth. The bearings are clipped in with C clamp or E clips or C clips, whatever you want to call them. But that bearing is held in with a clip. It's not just stuck in there and then you know, it's held in with a clip. Got the long screw that you need for your links. The links, I think, were, and I bought those a while back, and I actually used them on this vehicle that I'm building here, this moon buggy, were $16 or $12. Might have been even $12. I'll look it up. I used them on here, so I got to order some more. I needed 2 sets of links to do my moon buggy because I was using 2 front axles and I wanted 4 links on both of them. So, but the links that I got, and I probably may still have enough for them, but they are aluminum. Okay, and they're pretty, they don't look too bad. Okay, this is the links that I'll be using for this. I think I have enough to do pretty close, but I can get another set of links. I can always use links. Alright, so yeah, the inside of these are not that bad. I've seen worse, much worse. We won't really know anything until, but they're real quiet. Really won't know anything until, but if you look in there, I don't know if you can see it or not, I hope you can. There's screws holding the bearings in. There's a little U-shaped piece of metal over the bearings holding them in place, which I haven't seen before. And again, you can see it's a little sloppy. I don't know if you can tell on here or not, but just a little sloppy. I pack it with grease, which I'll do now. It'll probably be okay. If not, we'll take it apart and put a spacer in there. All you need is a washer the size of the axle, and it'll be fine. So we'll put some grease in here. And I use Udder Butter, if you haven't ever seen any of my videos before, from Cow RC. It's from marine grease. It's waterproof. And I probably shouldn't be doing this with my fingers, but I am. Okay, so we pack her up with grease. Again, you guys don't want to overpack these. You can overpack them and cause it not to turn very well. Yeah, so up to this point, you can see that we have not spent a whole lot of money, even if we would have bought, is that a word? If we had bought them from Temu at their regular prices. And if you buy anything off of Temu at a regular price, you need to rethink it, because I'm telling you what, you can get some deals on Temu. You know, I remember when it first started, a lot of people used to get some really bad junk off of Temu. But in the last couple of years, I think it's gotten better. And some of the stuff you get is not bad. So far, I have no complaints. Of course, I guess the proof will be in the pudding when we get it all done and try to drive it, huh? Oh man, I need to put those away. I need all those little clips for the body. Yeah, it's still very smooth. Very smooth. Hubs are already on. All you gotta do is put the wheels on. They're built. Alright. Alright, the next thing that we got in the Temu order is this. And again, I'll put all these in the description where I got them from, how much they cost. But this is a carbon fiber, low center of gravity chassis, chassis rails. Okay. And it comes with everything you need to put it together, except instructions. Alright. So we've got battery tray, it looks like, cross members, tubing made out of metal, mounting plate for SCX 10.2, 3, whatever, and it's all carbon fiber. Okay, so yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, lightweight carbon fiber, got the, we'll find out if it's real. But, and all the hardware to put it together. So yeah, that's not bad. Problem is, no instructions. So, it'll be fun to figure out how it all goes together. But again, that'll be for another video. So yeah, that is the next thing that we got in our order from Temu. And I don't know what I paid for this. I will put it in the description, or I'll throw a little text here and tell you. But it wasn't very much. Not as much as you would pay other places. And yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, the next Temu RC part that we got is a transfer case. Metal, man, that's heavy. Metal transfer case. And that is pretty significant. 2-speed. And a place to mount your servo. Yeah, this is pretty flipping cool. It's pretty hefty, guys. It's pretty hefty. I mean, this is not a rip-off either. I'm telling you. 2 speeds, much slower. Very good. 2-speed transfer case. Pretty cool. Okay. This is a carbon fiber frame for XEX-10-2. Comes with the hardware, 2 carbon fiber rails, battery tray, receiver box, the front and rear bumper parts, the transmission plate, link plate, and all the hardware, and some more brackets for, I don't know exactly what that's for, and shock towers, very cool. And I have all the hardware and stuff you need to put together a frame. And I will have all the prices of all this stuff when I post the video. The next thing is an axle, I'm sure. We've already looked at the rear axle. This should be the front axle. Comes with a steering link. And a servo mount to mount it on the axle. And this is the axle, which is pretty good, pretty good. We will tear this one apart. It needs grease. I can feel it. They don't come with any grease. Makes sense. The next thing we got from Temu. This is one of the things I got for a penny. All wrapped up, nowhere to go. Okay, it says off-road four-wheel drive RC chassis AR44 high pinion reverse axles included. And that's it. some beadlock tires or beadlock wheels. A bunch of screws. Alrighty. So we got a metal chassis, wall-filled shocks, pretty stiff shocks. Servo for the shifter. Metal axles. Metal transfer case. Or metal drive shafts, not axles. Everything seems to be pretty good, pretty well made. Battery tray, motor mount. Be perfect for one of those LS fake motors to go over the top of this to cool the engine motor. Everything feels pretty smooth. Yeah. Not a bad deal. The normal price on this is like $150. On Amazon. I don't know what it is on Temu actually. Like I said, I got it for a penny. I bought enough stuff that they started giving me free stuff or stuff for a penny when I was buying all the parts that we're buying for this video. And yeah, it's $146. $111 if I bought one today for this. And realistically, that's not bad for what you're getting. You're getting two axles. Axles like this will cost you, I mean, they're not metal, but even if they were axial plastic axles, it still costs you $80 for both of them. Aluminum maybe $16, $20. Drive shafts, you got 3 of them, probably $13, $14 a piece. That's $50 right there. So, the skid plates are metal. Chassis. I mean, there's $140 worth of stuff here. If you bought it separately, easy. Servo axles, wheel wells, and it's a 1/10 scale. Body like this. Would fit pretty good. The hard body, it's a Jeep hard body. I say Jeep, it's or maybe it's time for me to use this one. Yeah, that would be cool. Okay, so that's was the next one I got. And I got some tires and wheels for this. They give you the hubs, screws, pinion, battery, lockdown, and then it's got wheel covers or hub covers for the and I don't know, these are 2.2s, I think. Yeah, 2.2 tires, wheels, so you can put some pretty good sized tires on here. It'll make a pretty good deal, especially since I got it for a penny. All right. Okay, so at the beginning of this video, we talked about building a vehicle off of Temu and to see how much it would cost. Okay, and at this point, we have our chassis, we have our links, we have our link mount, transmission mount, we have our tires and wheels, we have our rear axles. And I'll put here in the video how much total we have in the vehicle. Now, everything that you've seen so far, I've ordered through Temu, and I spent $444. And if you bought it on Amazon, it would be $888. Now, remember, this is with a couple of deals in between, or while ordering, I got things for a penny. And you can get this on Amazon all the time. You just have to spend some money, and they give you coupons, and they give you deals. So I ended up getting 3 things for a penny a piece. I got this chassis here for a penny. Yeah, that costs $179 on Amazon, $150 on Temu. I got a carbon fiber chassis for a penny, and I got these wheels and tires for a penny. So yeah, I mean, between the 3 of them, it's about $250 worth of stuff for 3 cents. That's just the way Temu works. But you gotta, you gotta do a little shopping, you gotta do a little searching, and you gotta go look for the deals, and you gotta be willing to spend a little money. But yeah, you get a pretty good deal. So we got the parts we need to start this, to make a roller. We need shocks and let me think. That's about it. Because shocks and then electronics. And electronics on Temu, not such a good deal right now, unless you want to buy some off-the-wall stuff. And I plan on using Fusion, motor, ESC combo, and I use a Radio Link transmitter, so I use Radio Link receivers. So that part of it, the electronics and the motor, is not coming from Temu because they don't sell the things that I need that I like to use. I mean, we could get a motor and an ESC, but they're not, I don't even know what they're like. And I know what Fusion is and I like it. Okay, I know it's expensive. It's $189 for an 1800 kV motor with the ESC. And then I think it's $16 for the receiver. So, you know, about $100 more on top of what we got right here. So I'll put the total price for this vehicle. But it's going to come out to be, I would say, well, I'll put it right here to tell you how much it is, okay? All right, so I also got a low center of gravity transmission, and I don't know what the heck I've done with it. The low center gravity transmission is not going to go in here. I don't think. It may. I put one in my pumpkin, my moon buggy. I call it pumpkin. My wife calls it pumpkin. And I'm going to put, see how it works out. If it works out, I'll get one for here. But the transmission will be somewhere, that transmission in particular is like $20-some on Temu, like 30-something on Amazon. So, yeah. All right. All right. So, thanks for watching. If there's any updates on this, I'll do it as I build the vehicle. There will be a build video, and I will explain how much I spent, where I got the parts, what the whole idea was behind this particular vehicle. Okay, and we'll go over the parts of everything that I bought as I use them in more depth on the build video. All right, so thanks for watching. Have a great day.